Subtle ways women disrespect men and you don't even realize it. Most men don't realize they're being disrespected until it's too late. It doesn't always come in the form of shouting or dramatic insults. In fact, the most dangerous kind of disrespect is the kind that's subtle, quiet, and easily overlooked. It's the little digs, the passive-aggressive jokes, the way she slowly conditions you to accept less than what you deserve, without ever saying it out loud. But here's the truth. What you tolerate becomes your standard. And if you're not trained to recognize these quiet red flags, you'll slowly trade your self-worth for the illusion of love. In this video, I'll break down 7 subtle ways women disrespect men, and more importantly, how to respond like a high-value, emotionally disciplined man. Watch to the end, because these behaviors are everywhere, and ignoring even one of them could cost you your confidence, your respect, and even your peace of mind. Let's get into it. 1. Interrupting you or talking over you. You're making a point and she cuts in. You try to explain something and she finishes your sentence incorrectly. You speak and she immediately talks over you. Now, occasional interruptions happen. But when it's consistent, it's not just poor manners, it's a subtle signal of dominance. This behavior communicates one thing. What I have to say is more important than what you're saying. Over time, this conditions you to go quiet, shrink yourself, or let her lead every conversation. And when that happens, you lose your frame. The masculine response: don't raise your voice, don't argue. Instead, pause, hold eye contact, let the silence create awareness. Then calmly say, I'll finish what I was saying, and then I'd love to hear your point. You don't need to be aggressive, you just need to reclaim your space. That silence is power. 2. Dismissing your goals or dreams. You share your ambition, your side hustle, your fitness goals, and she laughs, or rolls her eyes, or says something like, "That's cute, let me know when it actually makes money." It may sound like a joke, but it's not funny. When a woman casually dismisses your goals, she's saying, "I don't believe in what you're building." Now here's the twist. Sometimes she wants to see how you react. If you get defensive, she sees weakness. If you stay silent, she assumes you agree. The masculine move: stand on your ground, quietly but firmly. Say, "You're free to think that, but this matters to me, and I don't need external validation to pursue it." Your tone should be calm, not bitter, not emotional, just firm. Confidence isn't loud, it's unshakable. 3. Public teasing that crosses the line. You're terrible at directions. He's always late. He's cute when he's clueless. She says it in front of friends, with a smile, and everyone laughs, including you, because it feels like you have to. But inside, something feels off. This is called social undercutting. And here's the reality. Women often test men in public settings to see if he can maintain his dignity. If you blow up, you look insecure. But if you allow it without response, you look weak. So what do? Keep your cool. Look her in the eye and calmly say, "Careful, that one sounded more like a jab than a joke." Then move on. No anger, no scene. You just sent a message. My reputation and respect matter to me, and I won't be anyone's punchline. That's high-value energy. 4. Withholding affection as punishment. After a small disagreement, she suddenly becomes cold. No touch, no smiles, minimal communication. This is emotional withdrawal, used not to solve problems, but to punish. It's not the same as needing space. It's an attempt to control through silence and absence. Most men, in response, start chasing, texting more, apologizing for things they didn't do, begging for validation. But here's what a stoic man does. He doesn't react. He doesn't chase. He calmly gives space and redirects energy to his mission. I respect your need for space. Let's reconnect when you're ready to talk. That one line shows strength, emotional maturity, and self-respect, and it often resets the dynamic instantly. 5. never apologizing, even when she's wrong. She makes a mistake, hurts your feelings, but instead of owning it, she deflects. Well, if you didn't react that way, I wouldn't have said it. You're too sensitive. This is defensive deflection, and it's a major sign of low emotional maturity. If you always find yourself apologizing just to restore peace, even when she's at fault, you've lost balance. The Stoic response? You don't beg for accountability. You observe and you state facts. I'm not looking for perfection, but when someone can't own their mistakes, I can't build trust. Then you step back, not to guilt trip, but to protect your peace. Because a relationship without accountability is a relationship built on resentment. 6. Making you compete for her time. She's too busy to see you, but you see her online, posting selfies, out with friends. And when you mention it, she says, "Why are you so clingy?" Here's the truth. When a woman is into you, she'll make time. Period. If she constantly makes you feel like you're on the waiting list, she's disrespecting your value. So what do? You match her effort. Stop initiating, don't chase. Instead, live your life fully and let her experience the absence of your attention. If she values you, she'll notice. If not, she was never serious to begin with. Either way, you win. 7. Subtle ultimatums disguised as standards. She says things like, "If you really loved me, you'd do this. A real man wouldn't question me. If you don't do this, maybe we're not meant to be." This is emotional blackmail wearing a mask. It's not communication, it's coercion. And many men fall for it, thinking they're being strong by compromising. But real strength is not folding under pressure. The calm, stoic response? If your love depends on conditions, then it's not love. It's control. I don't operate under ultimatums. You don't negotiate your masculinity. You lead with clarity and walk away if needed. Because respect isn't given when you submit. It's earned when you stand firm. Here's the truth, brother. Most men aren't disrespected because they're weak. They're disrespected because they allow too much for too long. But once you learn to recognize these subtle red flags, once you stop explaining your worth and start embodying it, the entire dynamic changes. You don't need to yell. You don't need to prove. You just need to respond like a man with options and boundaries. If you found this video valuable, drop a like, subscribe, and join the Psychology Insight community. Share your thoughts in the comments. Have you experienced any of these subtle disrespect patterns? And remember, respect is not asked for. It's commanded by how you carry yourself. Until next time, stay calm, stay focused, and stay in your frame.